Hello. For the last few months now, Kenya has heard a lot about the alleged abuse and disappearance of a gentleman called Tob Cohen, who's a Dutchman who lives and works in Kenya, runs his business with his wife Sarah. And for the last few weeks, a lot has been speculated, a lot has been said, a lot has been reported, mostly by the media and mostly from sources affiliated with Tom. Sarah has not said a single thing in public regarding this issue until today. So this is Sarah's side of the story.
My name is Sarah Cohen. I am 51 years old. I'm a wife, mother, a business person, and a friend to many. I live and work in Nairobi with my husband. We have a company, Tops Limited, that takes care of tours and travel.
What's your husband's name?
My husband's name is Top Cohen, and we live in Nairobi, and that's where we work and live. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've been seeing reports in the media, both newspapers and online media, both locally and in the Netherlands, about Tom and his whereabouts and what has been happening in his marriage and all those things. So from your point of view, because we've not heard your voice, we've only heard what has been reported either by him or by people affiliated with him. So what's your story? What's going on?
Right now I am very raw emotionally because one, I can't find my husband. He doesn't seem to answer his calls. Nobody has seen him, and there are all sorts of rumors and publications that are milling around saying that he has disappeared. One of my pains is no one has called to ask my husband's whereabouts. And yet, the first thing I wake up on a Monday is people sending me messages and asking me what's going on. My husband left on the 20th of July from home, and he was in good spirits, and he left and said that he was going for a break and needed also to get medical help. When we talk medical, I don't see my husband going to any local hospital. He's never trusted them. And that is why one of the services we offer is medical tourism as part of our work as a tours and travel agency. We are a referral office for some of the very good quality hospitals in Thailand. So definitely, if he was going to look for medical attention, that would be the direction he would take.
What was the medical attention for?
Toby is not a young man. He's going to be 70 very soon. He's a chimney smoker. That is slowing him down. Tob, in the last 5 years, his mental state has also been failing. I would like to point this out that for a long time, Tob has been abusing a substance. And this is one of the reasons why, unknowns to many, he had all this aggression, couldn't handle situations, and he actually tended to be with always the wrong company, because It was all about fights. It was never about making peace. It was never about growth. It was all about vindicating others and that kind of a thing. So I know that these are issues that were giving him a lot of mental anguish. He has not been sleeping much. He sleeps like for 2 hours, and then he wakes up. Then he smokes again. Then he goes back to sleep. So, if assuming he went to bed like 2 o'clock, he would be up like almost 3 times before morning. So I tend to think that that's not a very healthy way also for someone to live. So he's ever edgy, ever edgy. His diet is also a little bit lacking because Tom craves a lot of chili, very, very hot food, a lot of coffee, very conk coffee. And now when you look at the smoking, I think he becomes very acidic. And I think you can see where his temperaments also stem from. Okay, he's always been temperamental, and has a very temperamental, I would say. But you can see that these are also factors that also push him to the edge.
When you mention smoking, is it just cigarettes, cigars?
Well, he'll probably knock 2 packets down in a day.
Of cigarettes?
Cigarettes, normal cigarettes. But I also know that he's been substance abusing, and probably, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but weed, they would call it weed, I mean. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so going back to this, him leaving on the 20th, you said, of July 2019. Why did he leave? What happened? What had been happening before?
Okay, it's been a very busy year for me, because we started seeing all these signs happening, and him just going against people, and we thought something is wrong. But anybody who crossed his path just got a lot of his wrath, thrown at him. I would see things like he's fighting with clients, with auditors, and implicating them in issues, and there was always this word about fixing people. And I did mention to him that, this is not the way to live. At your age, you must keep all your relationships in good repair, because you also don't have time to make new ones and even to develop them, because at that age, it's not always uphill, it's a decline. And knowing your health status, you definitely need to slow down on a few things. Little did I know that this was not also going well with him. And there were quite a number of people who would complain about his outburst in the club. Then we had a party in my daughter's Kikuyu wedding in December
of 2018.
And strange things started happening.
Like what? What happened?
All of a sudden there was a lot of in the evening there was, we could tell by 4 o'clock there was something going on, because you could see he's very agitated and spoiling for a fight. And those members who had been there for the wedding from the club, they were like, here he comes, because they knew that mode, especially in the club. And by evening, by 7 o'clock, it was so bad, because he had managed to insult almost all the guests.
What was he telling them?
Okay, first it was about the wife. He wasn't very happy with the way we conducted the whole ceremony. But not because it was bad, but simply because he'd never, he participated, but initially he didn't want to have that event. And
so he didn't want the traditional wedding to be done.
Yeah, it's a little bit of nonsense, because he's not the one getting married. It was my daughter getting married.
Was he opposed to her husband? Or what was his opposition to the home? Truth
is, if she's made her choice, she's made her choice. So you support her. So you cannot come to say that that's the wrong man. That do you have a right one for? Are you going to marry her?
Of course not.
So swallow it and support them, because what you want is the best of her. And if she brings somebody and says that this is the man that I love, and being a level-headed girl, we didn't have any questioning to do. And Marco has just been a wonderful kid.
Marco is the husband.
Yes, the husband to my daughter, and he's a wonderful child. He's got a great, very supportive family, and I'm happy because they really love my daughter as their own. So there was a lot of screaming and shouting and some very obscene things.
Now, this is at the party in December? At
the party in the evening. And in the evening, that's when now the young people are active. They're having their drinks, they're having their meat.
Was this at home?
Yes, in my backyard. And there we are. And he starts soliciting for sex from my daughter's girlfriends and boys.
That's in front of everybody?
Yes.
What do you mean by boys?
Like he wants to have sex with young men.
Does he have a history of being a bisexual?
Apart from the comments he makes that's a gay, that's a lesbian, or that kind of a thing. Because I think in Holland they're very open about it. But here we don't do those things. In fact, what I normally see is in a function like this, wazés always go to their side. He will get his friends and they'll go to their side, and he'll give them whatever he had, prepared for them. The young people would be on this side. My dear husband was everywhere.
Now, when he started saying those things, of course, as his wife, you were offended. What was your reaction?
Number one, this was a catch-22. You cannot go and start reprimanding him.